I don't like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. I should have known. Alright, and go. Alright, what lies beyond? Carefully. Let's take a quick peek. Let's... Oh, no, not there. Fool Szenac. Ugh. That thresher's going to present big problems for me, I think. Quickly, quickly. That's better. What lies beyond? Ah, no. Quick, get out. Get. Quick. Ah! Get out of the way of that thing. Oh, you... Oof. That was close. Well, hello and welcome. My name is Joe and I am the Panicked Monk. And you are watching Lost in Time, a Dwemer's Tale. We are continuing Raldbthar and are in the lower levels, the bowels of the city-state, trying to make our way to find the Ethereum shards, which, if you've been following along, you are aware Szenac is going to attempt to use the Ethereum shards at the Ethereum Forge to create some sort of either pendant or ring or something that will be able to hold this magic, this spell that his mother had told him about, that will help him focus his Dwemer blood and control the automatons. She has come up with a potion, and he had the idea that if he could combine that potion with some sort of object using Ethereum, that he could just wear it and he would not have to be constantly carrying or quaffing potions as needed. So that is why he is here. He is following the Ethereum. Now, the city-states have become fairly dangerous places now. Not only are the traps active and uncontrolled, the city-states themselves are overrun, in most cases, with Falmer, or what's left of the Falmer. They are not the Falmer that Szenac remembers. They are a shell of what they used to be. And, of course, there are the machines. The machines that were created to protect the city-states are now gone. They are now uncontrolled. And without his abilities to control them, because he is not full Dwemer, Szenac is every bit as susceptible. Oof, 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 oof. Come on, get up there. Get. God. It's a mage, too, that figures. Come on. Come on. Step into that thresher. We need some healing and some frost resistance if I have it. Cold, frost. All right, let's take the cold. Heal. Come on, Thresher. Oh my God, there's a couple of them. Son of a. Just gotta. Come on, come here. There you go. Not so tough against the blades. Few things are. Ah, those things are the worst. I mean, they were pretty helpful in this particular instance, but good lord. They will mess you up real fast. Alright, come on. Come on, Conjured Wraith. Oh no, sorry. Sorcerer. Don't even know which ones I'm selecting. Well, welcome back. I know it's been a long time since my last release, and I apologize, but with so much going on with the podcast for Character Crusade and the Unbound podcast, it's just been busy. So I guess that's okay, though. Busy in a good way. Just been having so much fun. It's hard to call it busy when it's all about the games, right? What do you... Really? Wow, that kind of seems overkill. What are those? Yeah, skeevers. Alright, well, whatever. Szenac has no interest in skeevers. I know I've mentioned that a couple times. They're not anything he is interested in. They do have some alchemical properties, the charred skeever hides and all that, but as far as Szenac is concerned, that doesn't matter. He's not going to take his time to mess with rodents. He actually has a lot more pressing business trying to get through Raldbthar here without being cut in two. Alright, back from where we started, right? Yep. What are you all hot and bothered about, Sorcerer? Alright, well, let us continue. If we can find the way out. And here it is. So now that Szenac has had a chance to meet his mother and spend some time with her, and she has tried to impress upon him that there really is no going back. The Dwemer that he knew are gone. and it's time for him to move forward. But the only way he can do that is by destroying this creature, this banished creature, this snow elf. And he needs to do that so he can kind of reset his timeline. He can repair this rift, this time break, if you will. Oh, Archer. It's the only way that he can really continue and build a normal life for himself beyond the life he used to know. So now he's all about trying to find... Ouch. Trying to find this banished one. Oh, hello. He needs to find this banished one. He needs to defeat this creature so that he can restore time to some sense of normalcy so that he can continue and live the rest of his life in an unhindered way, I guess. So that is what Szenac's ultimate goal now is. He understands that. I think it's still trying to... It's still not... Well, it's not trying to, but it's still sinking in a little bit. He, just out of comfort, would like to find... He would like to find his people, but he knows that, you know... He knows deep down that that's impossible. And... has to accept that he really is the last of his kind. Oh, still an archer over there, huh? Okay. But in order to get to this banished one, where he's not entirely sure, to be honest, there's this sense that he is going to need to get beyond some pretty tough trials and get beyond well, his own people's I don't know, stuff. He needs to get past Dwemer tech. Fortunately, he's of that engineer mind, so he understands it from a mathematical point of view, if you will, but that doesn't necessarily, mean that it's going to be easy. Not to mention, he's not even sure where this banished one is going to be. He has a feeling, and after talking with his mother, that it's going to entail getting into Blackreach. Which is also in the Dwemer tongue, Fall Zardum Din, which is what they were talking about, if you remember. Couple episodes back, they were referring to Fall Zardum Din, which is Blackreach. So they need to get there. They need to get Crimson Root so that they can make the potion, and then he's got to go find the forge so that he can make this artifact so that he can go back to Blackreach and locate this banished one, which is where he gets a feeling. He feels that's where he needs to go. We haven't really covered any of that, but I will tell you right now that there is a sense that Szenac gets that his ultimate goal is somewhere within the reaches of Blackreach itself. So he's got to get there in order to get there. He's got to get there to get the Crimson Root so that he can have a chance at defeating this banished one. It's kind of circular, I guess, if you think about it, but that's what it is. I mean, we're in a time break. Time and sense are kind of thrown out the window in some respects. So my oh my. All right, as we are accustomed to doing, Szenac will often use the Ghost Walk to scout ahead and draw any opponents out, at which time he will teleport back to his origins. So that is why he likes to use his conjurations to drag them in to attack the foes that he drags here, he pulls out, which allows him to back them up from a bit safer of a distance. Szenac has never been to Raldbthar. Actually, he has never been outside of his home city of Arkanthams. Insofar as the Dwemer cities are concerned, he knows of them, but he does not know anything more than more or less what they're kind of all about. He doesn't know. It's it's like any other city. I have not been to a lot of cities, but I know of them. So it'd be no different. With the exception that this is kind of like the Omega Man, and he's the last survivor. Alright. Bah.
And yet the steam still releases. Too much. Too much. No different than any of the other Dwemer cities I've been in thus far. These creatures and time throwing everything out of whack. I don't trust this down here.
Alright, dual casting. Or not. The intent was to dual cast so that the conjuration would last a little longer. But Skyrim being Skyrim sometimes doesn't cooperate. Now, his mother has also reminded him of a few things, which we will get to here very shortly. Yep, spider. And zap. Not enough. Alright. His mother has reminded him how to lock down the machines. Szenac has been so preoccupied with survival against them that he's completely overlooked the ability that he can access their panels and render them inert, essentially, at least for a brief period of time. Now, the lockdown is a perk in the lock-picking tree under Ordinator. And what it does is, at this stage, it will reduce the automaton to 1 hit point. Now there are a couple different flavors of the lockdown. This is the first one. There is another that will actually allow you to reprogram the automaton so that it will work for you. Right now, Szenac is not quite... he's been out of practice, and honestly, he was more of a smithing engineer. He wasn't really a mechanical automaton. He wasn't in that robotics section, if you will. So he's familiar with how to do it, and his mother has explained the basics enough that he understands. So he's not going to be as proficient at locking these things down, at accessing the control panels as he might otherwise be, but it's a start. And it's a useful skill to have. The problem is now, of course, you need to be really close. I mean, you have to be right next to the automaton, so the closer you get to some of these things, the more dangerous it is, obviously. So it's not without its dangers, that's for sure. Okay, we got another one. All right, let's let our sorcerers take care of that one if it can. Not sure what we got. I think it sounded like a sphere, but yeah, that's a sphere. Let's weaken it a little bit. Now, here's the other thing with lockdown. The more damage that the automaton has sustained, the easier it is to access the panel and lock it down. So, ouch. Trying to lock down a automaton at full health is going to be much more difficult than one that's already been damaged. So, and there we go. Ouch. Come on. Get out of harm's way, buddy. Ah, there we go. Thank you, sorcerer. Now, because they're reduced to 1 health, they will often, if they are within the fray of some kind of radius or area of effect, the automatons that have been locked down will often become destroyed by that area of effect. So, it works out. Anything else down there? Let's hurry up. Dual cast, so that lasts a little longer. Alright, and... oh, there's still something down here. Ouch. Now, that may have been that same automaton that I locked down. And the reprogram only... Well, not reprogram, but the lockdown only lasts for a short amount of time. So, if you don't take advantage of that reduced hit point, if you don't take advantage of that time, it will revert to its full normal self. So naturally, these are all things that I kind of rediscovered after the fact of capturing this bit of footage. So if you're asking yourself, well, why didn't you just attack them? It's because I'm an idiot. I wasn't aware that of how the lockdown perk completely worked at this point, other than I knew I had it and I could do it. So from a character standpoint, he is just refamiliarizing himself. He's using some of the tutelage that his mother had given him concerning this ability. Basically, she just would have said, "What are you doing? Use your head. You know, work smarter, not harder, right?" So I think you will see Szenac use this lockdown ability a lot more in the future. At least against some of these lesser automatons. Now, going up against a Centurion, like the big Steam Centurions, probably not. That's going to be really difficult. Because again, remember, it's kind of based on the type of automaton and their health, and and you need to get close to them. So getting close to a Steam Centurion is not exactly something Szenac is willing to do, not yet. Alright, what do we have? I'll grab that quick. Now, let's go check it out. Alright. Safe for now. Okay, so obviously one of those buttons controls these bars. It's just a matter of finding which one. And right now that's kind of a guess, so we'll just work our way down the line, right? Let's start there. Nope. There. That wasn't it. Yikes. Couldn't even duck that one. Some of these traps, if you're ducked down. Oh, that sounded right. If you're ducked down, you can avoid getting hit, but not all of them. Not all of them. All right.
What do we have here? I don't like it. Let's see if we can use this bar, this gateway to our advantage. Number 3, I believe.
Okay, so he casts Ghost Walk in front of the button, which means when that spell is broken, he should appear right there. Which he does. And push the button, raise the bars, and keep all the bad things on that side. Trapped with our civilized sorcerer. There it is. Now, out in the countryside, out in the mountains, or, you know, by the buildings, you would use your terrain to your advantage. So that's really what Szenac's doing here. He's using the structure to his advantage. Now, they're not coming down here, but if they were, he knows that they would not be able to get through. And the bars are wide enough that it looks like he should be able to, and would be able to, cast through it, so. And yes, he can. Try someone with a little range. No? Alright. No, she doesn't detect anything, so. We need to lower the bars. We're going to pretty much do the same thing. Nope, we got to lower them first. And then cast it. Okay.
Oh, what have you foul creatures? Ah, you've got the gears jammed. Oh, it's our cooling chamber. You've jammed the gears of the cooling chamber. Completely idiotic. You fools. No wonder the steam is venting so much. You're overworking the boilers. If they haven't seized up by now.